What's up, LoreHounds? It's Cooper here. I'm here with Andy Velasquez, the lead producer of Neverwinter, which we just recently found out is now going to be a full-fledged MMO, free-to-play. So we just found that out, but now you guys are showing the game for the first time as well.
Yeah, well, more than showing, we're actually having it hands-on for people at PAX. So they'll be here. We're highlighting specifically our action combat. We are an action combat MMO, so getting players to feel that hands-on what our interpretation of that is here at PAX.
Right, well, let's dive into some combat right now, and we can move along with some questions as we see them.
Sure, absolutely. So here I'm walking you guys through what, again, is playable on the show floor. We have 3 classes available for this weekend: the Control Wizard, Trickster Rogue, and Guardian Fighter. First off, you guys will notice that there is no cursor. It is very fast-paced. You have to actually target the days of tab targeting and then 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of drink a coffee while you wait to damage these guys down, are no more. What I just did right there is use my utility power to kind of dodge out of the way of his attack, really trying to make sure that it's an engaging, reactive experience as you use all of your abilities and kind of get in the thick of things. So I'm going here and just using my at-will attacks. These are the closest things to like white damage basic attacks that we have. As I hold down that ray of frost on them, you'll notice that the enemies kind of start to get encased in frost and will get locked down. I'll also, from time to time, oh geez, I forgot that was there, sorry. Zombies eat me.
Zombie trap.
Yeah.
So you're actually initiating all these attacks, right?
Yes.
There is no auto attack.
There's no auto attack. Everything that I'm doing is a button input from myself. You'll see I can do my chill strike, or just throw a giant icicle into his chest and take that zombie. So yeah, like I mentioned, we're Forgotten Realms D&D 4th edition timeline, which is a little bit different than what fans of like the previous, oh geez, I aggroed these guys, of the previous, maybe some of the books and other games have been familiar with, but we're absolutely consistent with what Wizards of the Coast is doing in their recent things, like the most recent R.A. Salvatore novels and the Neverwinter campaign setting that recently came out. So you'll recognize some of the characters, locations, places that lore fans of this universe would know and are familiar with.
And stuff you guys are going to be doing is going to be considered canon in the universe?
Yeah, we work very closely with Wizards of the Coast, and they've already started to take not only some of our characters and stories, but our concept art. The main villain of our game, Valindra, who is a lich from that works under Saztam and Thay, our concept art for her has become the new official recognized canon description of her. So our relationship with Wizards of the Coast is very close, and it's been really awesome working with them. So the street is open both ways in terms of what we're getting from them and what they're getting from us.
So clearly you guys, I mean, you're using the IP and you have the inspiration for it, but does that, how far does that take it? Because this is an action RPG. Absolutely. We're not rolling, dice and stuff like that.
Yeah, so for our game, for our combat system, we're taking the Dungeons & Dragons IP as inspiration as opposed to a literal translation of the rule set. So cleave for our game, for the Guardian Fighters, will be evocative of the experience of cleaving in pen and paper, but it's not the exact, you don't use the same dice when you're rolling that you would in the pen and paper game. It just has that feeling of, the effect that you would expect that to have.
How much of a change was it now that it's a full-fledged MMO as opposed to what it was originally being developed as, which was a co-op RPG, as it was announced a year or so ago?
Yeah, the change actually hasn't been too much of a big deal for us. We've added a couple more zones, we've added a few more systems, but when you're developing, you always want, what you want to do is this big, and then, you keep scoping down and changing things to what you could do in terms of scope and budget. And so now it's been a lot of iteration, additions as opposed to changing the roadmap entirely.
It's almost a good problem.
Oh, it was it was funny. It's an amazing problem. Like, oh, which of these 80 things that we always talked about doing can we now do, and what makes sense for the product that we're trying to make now?
You guys also are in kind of an odd position because you obviously have your competitors in the MMO market, free to play, but you also have a competitor who is absolutely a competitor in the sense that they use the same IP with Dungeons & Dragons Online.
Sure.
How do you guys see yourselves differentiating?
Well, obviously, I mean, we have the action combat slant, which they don't have at all, and we're a much newer game, so we're hoping that not only just graphically we want to compare ourselves most with the more recent games that are coming out. We've been improving our engine over the years, and we hope that when people look at it, they'll say, oh, it looks amazing. This isn't like a game that was developed however many years ago. But also the gameplay, not just the style of combat, but how smooth it is, how much the quality of the gameplay experience we think will help us stand out quite a bit.
Probably the most difficult question you're going to get today is, when's it coming out?
Oh, that one's easy, man. 2012, late 2012, we'll be doing open beta.
Okay, so it may actually be 2013 for release?
Yeah, the one thing that we are sure on doing is 2012 open beta, so we'll see that.
All right, thanks so much. It looks great.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thanks.